Signing day has ended. We're waiting on how everything's going to play out when the transfer portal open back up, or better yet, get some of them transfers that's currently in the portal and bring them into your program. Now, I know some of you out there waiting to hear exactly how well did your team fare when it came to the athletes that they're bringing into the program to help get things rolling for this upcoming 2025 football season. I got to be honest with you. I'm looking over some of these teams here. It's got me scratching my head a little bit as far as some of the decisions that was made, as far as the type of athletes that was coming in, because there was a lot of things that needed to be fixed with the program from last season. Hopefully those things get taken care of, because you have some folks wanting to develop athletes and move forward, while others are like, hey, we got to win right now. We got to get this thing moving and shaking and press that gas. We got to go right now. But I'm going to be honest with you. In the SWAC, one thing for certain is this. You can win if you got a quarterback on your team that can do all of the necessary things that's required of them to lead your team out there on the field, week in and week out. Now, the $1 million question is, the young man that's going to come into Grambling, is he that guy? Or will he be one of those ones that they're going to look at and say, man, you know what? We might need to go back to the drawing board again to see exactly what we can find to bring in here to get us moving in the right direction. But we're going to talk about who that young man is right after this. Favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and share these videos, and tap in a friend or two and tell them to come on in. It's nothing but positive vibes. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on all social media platforms. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump on in this thing. I know you're like, Coach, what you got going on over there? Well, I got to be honest with you. I'm looking over these Christmas lists. I like to call them Christmas lists because everybody has gone out there to find what they need to bring back in. And these are gifts to the program that's either going to get the fan base excited about what's to come with the program, or it's going to have some folks sitting there looking like, hey, man, Coach, you done brought us some more dumpster juice up in here, and it's time to get this thing up out of here. Either you go fix it, or guess what? You got to go. One of the two. But looking at what Coach Mickey Joseph was able to do with some of these recruits that they're bringing into the Grambling State football program, I got to give him a little bit, give a little bit of. I'm gonna give him some grace right now. I think that's the word I want to use. I'm gonna give him a little grace right now because I'm waiting to see what else is coming. Like I stated before, there was a lot of moving going on during signing period, so I'm gonna give him a little grace as far as what my thoughts are on the athletes that's coming in. But I will talk about one in particular in which this young man kind of caught my eye as far as some of the things that he was able to do out there on the field. Now, the one thing that I give this young man prop for is you got to have someone that's able to get out there and lead the team. Last season, you had Miles Crowley that was out there towards the end of the season. He was hobbled due to an injury. He was still put out there on the field for him to try and help the team win the Bayou Classic, which for the life of me, I didn't quite understand that. Based on everything that was going on, me personally, I was like, hey, son, let's hold off. Matter of fact, not necessarily the Bayou Classic. I misspoke. I'm talking about the game before the Bayou Classic, which he shouldn't even been out there on the field at all because he was still hobbled. And you saw it, once that tweak happened, it continued on to keep spiraling in. Guess what? It just went down here after that. And, you know, now we're back here once again. Miles Crowley's no longer with the program. He's moving on to do bigger and better things. But I would say that Coach Joseph is definitely looking for a signal caller to come into the program. Grambling State did get a transfer over from over Southern University. Who was that? Tissette. Zay Tissette came over from Southern University. He played one game last season over there under Coach Graves. Now, looking exactly how all of this is going to go, we're definitely going to see a quarterback battle to find out who's going to be that number one guy that's going to lead the Grambling State Tigers football team out there on the field this upcoming season. Now, the young man that's coming into Grambling is none other than Mr. Ty Keys. He is a dual-threat quarterback that isn't afraid to call his own number. This young man is coming from Mississippi, was it East Mississippi Community College? This young man threw the ball 282 times, completed 161 for 2,026 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions with a completion percentage of 57.1% through 9 games with a passer efficiency of 136.1. Yeah, that was a wiki wow mouthful right there. I want to make sure I got all of that out to you guys so that you got all of the information as far as his stat line as far as what he did last season while he was at East Mississippi Community College. One thing about this young man is, from all of the film that I saw, they did run a lot of spread as well as RPO. This young man, like I said, definitely he'll either go 3 wide one side, or he'll go twins each side. I mean, looking at the offense that he was in, it's definitely going to be something interesting to see how everything goes as far as with the offensive coordinator over at Grambling State University. I know Coach Mickey Joseph was saying that everyone was going to be reevaluated as far as who's going to be coaching the team this upcoming season. So this is definitely going to be something interesting to see how it all unravels, because there's still a lot of questions that, I have concerning last season and some of the things that I saw going on the sidelines that didn't quite make much sense to me. But we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to stick strictly on the athlete that we're talking about at hand, which is Mr. Ty Keys. Now, Ty Keys definitely is one of those quarterbacks who's going to come into the program that could be, he could definitely be an asset for this program. I'm going to tell you why. This young man, when he's in the pocket, he doesn't have happy feet. He's not jittery back there in the pocket. He's looking to make a play down the field. This young man will roll out left or right, giving himself more time to find an open receiver downfield to throw passes to. Matter of fact, he has the ability to throw a receiver open, which he would take off running either to the left or the right side. And guess what? Because he's running to that side, you got the defender thinking that he's going to, take off and run to try to get the yards. Instead, he'll dump that ball off and allow that running back or that receiver to catch that ball and get extra yards going up the field. I like his playmaking ability. That's a strong point for that young man right there. It's definitely his playmaking ability. Also, his ability to look a defender off while allowing his receiver to get open down the field to throw open passes to those receivers down the field. That's going to be key as well. Not only that, but this young man definitely can make all of the throws. He has great touch on the ball, as well as his ability to make throws down the sideline, putting the ball in with his ball plays that will allow his receivers to be the one that have a better opportunity of catching passes that are being thrown. So that's something that I like about this young man as far as with this game. Now, like I said before, this young man definitely has some tools in his toolbox that definitely will need a little bit sharpening as far as what he's seeing out there on the field. Because a lot of times in some of the film that, that you guys are seeing right now, there was busted coverages as far as with DBs paying more attention to him and not dropping back in the coverage, making sure that they're on that receiver, keeping that receiver in front of them so that they're not able to just run free, which he was able to create those type of situations against opposing teams' defenses where he was able to throw the ball down the field to an open receiver for big gains. So that's going to be something that's going to be valuable for him this upcoming season. I'm hoping that there is a quarterback coach over there that's going to be able to work with the Grambling State Tigers football quarterbacks to make sure that they're prepared to get out there and compete this year in the SWAC West Conference as well as in the SWAC itself, getting them possibly to that game that they've been wanting to get to for so long, which is that SWAC championship, with an opportunity to possibly play play in the Celebration Bowl. I know all of this right now is like, dang, coach, you putting the cart before the horse. I mean, listen, right now, this is the time when you start thinking about championship. It's not about, hey, man, we're going to get out here and practice today and we're going to have a good practice. Something that Coach Berry always say that I like, Coach Berry over at South Carolina State, he always say, win the day, stack them day by day. You got to stack them days of the days turn into weeks. The weeks turn into months. The months turns into a season. As far as the season that you want to have in the end, when you're sitting here, you're playing for the big prize. So I think this is something that Grambling State, I think they, like I stated before, if they got that quarterback coach over there in their program that's going to be working with those guys, then that's going to be something that's definitely going to be a benefit for those athletes that they got coming into the program. Again, this young man doesn't have a problem with pulling the ball down, taking off and running if he need to, especially if the defense decide they want to shift either left or right, and they leave their edge open. If they run an RPO, trust and believe, he going to ride that RPO over to whichever side that's the strong side that the defense is strongest on, and he going to take that ball out the back door and take off on your behind up the sideline. So it's going to be something this is going to be something that definitely is going to be exciting to watch. I'm just waiting to see exactly how everything plays out from a play calling standpoint. that's going to allow this young man to get out there and use the talents that he has. Again, phenomenal pickup for Grambling State University. They got themselves, they got another quarterback to add to the quarterback room. They got the young man transferring over from Southern University. I believe last season, Tessette played in, was it one game? I was hoping to see this young man get a little bit more burn, but it didn't happen that way. They had a carousel of quarterbacks that they were using over there at Southern University last season, trying to figure out the direction that they were going to go with their offense, even though they were able to make it to the SWAC championship against Jackson State. So hopefully things work out for Grambling State this upcoming season, where they're putting the pieces together as far as what needs to be done for them to be successful. Congratulations to Ty Keys on deciding to take his talents and continue his collegiate football career over at Grambling State University. Definitely look forward to seeing what this young man can do this upcoming season with his teammates. Like they say, GSU, I thought you knew, so y'all better come on with it, because like I said before, hey, people, those Grambling State fans, they're going to be looking for a finished product out there on this field. It ain't going to be no shortcuts this year. They're going to want a finished product because they want to get their daggone bragging rights on to beat their chest and talk about exactly what they got going on over there in their program. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and scour the land and see what else you guys got going on over there in the program. I'm going to come back and give you some more content on that. I'm going to build it up because I'm going to have a whole bunch of stuff that's going to come behind it as far as everything that I'm seeing. I'm going to give you a breakdown as far as certain things here and there. So y'all make sure y'all tune in, tap in, tell a friend to come on in. And like I stated before, like, share, subscribe to the channel, and tell your friends about it. Tell them to come on in here and tap on in with your favorite coach as well. But I'm going to go ahead and get a bone out this thing. But until next time, be the one and lead.